today's video, we're going to talk about whether you should sell your rental properties in Toronto or actually do the opposite and start looking to invest. For the past couple of years, it's been interesting to say the least for landlords in Toronto with the situation, the global situation that happened and people fleeing from downtown. There was a point where rental prices took a plunge. In fact, I had a little bit of that misfortune of my condo actually closing in a time frame when things were dropping in terms of rental rates. And I actually had to rent a couple of my condos for much less than I could have gotten in this type of environment now or pre the pandemic. Now, a lot of people right now, because of being burned in the past and other factors right now, such as rising inflation, rising interest rates to combat that inflation, stock market plunging. So these rental property owners are a little bit fearful of what's going on in this environment. And some of them are selling. Some of them are selling on assignment, which basically means selling their pre-construction condo, the actual contract, to other people because they don't want to actually close on the condo. And again, that's a whole nother segment. There's a lot of reasons why you may not want to do assignment sales. There's some negatives, tax implications, and other stuff. But again, everybody's situation is different and unique. And if you can't qualify for a mortgage, then you might not have a choice. I've seen a lot of headlines lately, sales dropping 30%, 40%. I just want to clarify something there, is that this does not mean prices. I think what's happening is to get, a lot more eyeballs on news articles or videos and that sort of thing. The headlines are reading as if we're in a huge market crash in terms of the real estate market, when that's really not the reality. In fact, looking at the prices year over year, we're still looking at increases overall. So yes, they may be off their peak from a couple of months ago, and there's some perhaps better deals to be had out there, especially in the single family residential low-rise market. There's less offers. People have a bit more opportunity to put conditions if you're buying a home. But by no means are we in a fully buyer's market where we're completely where the buyers are completely in control. There seems to be a little bit more balance. Things have swayed a little bit in some circumstances. Again, there's a lot of submarkets in real estate in different areas. So, let's look at it this way. Should you be selling your rental properties when you've got, money coming in, the tenants are essentially paying down the mortgage that you have on that rental property? Over time, again, it continues to appreciate. If we do have any type of dip, as we've seen in the past, these are usually temporary. Over the long term, real estate has appreciated and has always proved to be a great investment. So instead of looking at possibly selling these investment properties, maybe it's time to actually start looking at buying additional units or buying your first one. So interest rates are going up. There's people still looking to buy, but prices haven't dropped all that much, especially in some areas. So there are still a lot of people that can't afford to buy their own house because they haven't been able to save that down payment. The rental market in Toronto remains strong. I would say in many places, it's back to pre-COVID levels. We're talking about small studios in Toronto, literally shoeboxes renting for $1,700-$1,800 a month. I mean, that's fantastic from a landlord point of view. And again, with the immigration that continues and not too many people being able to afford these houses or being able to buy their own condo or house, they are forced to continue to be in the rental market. This is great news for landlords. They can continue to command a high rent. There are cases out there where condo in Toronto goes up for rent, and you have a whole bunch of tenants wanting that place, and there ends up being a multiple offer situation to rent it. So for the landlord, he might be listing it, for example, for $1,650, $1,700, and in some cases, they're overbidding, and the landlord might be getting now $1,700 or $1,800 because of the high demand. A lot of companies are mandating to go back to the office 2-3 times a week. Now that it seems that not as many people are worried about COVID and the effects of that are receding and things are opening up more and more, it seems that people are, flocking back to the downtown core, and Toronto and GTA seems to still remain hot at this moment. So again, you've got to ask yourself, you're going to sell this rental condo that's essentially paying for itself over time and has this long-term capital appreciation, and you're building up equity in it, to do what? To go put it in a, to go put it in a GIC, to put it in the stock market that's falling. Again, like I said before, it's good to be diversified, but I know a heck of a lot more people that already have money in GICs, and not that many people seem to have any part of their portfolio in a rental property. Again, part of the reason of that is, it takes a lot of money to get into that, but even if it means perhaps partnering with someone or getting a small studio or a small junior 1-bedroom in Toronto or somewhere in the GTA that has high rental demand, maybe it's time to start poking around and looking at some of these rental units that are coming on the market, as fear creates opportunity. And you work out the numbers, check out the cash flow, and see if it works for you. Hope that helped. Love to share this free information. Your only cost is a free subscribe and a free like. So if you would do me that kind favor, I'd greatly appreciate it, so I could bring more of this content to more people, helping you to build your wealth. Bye for now.